Well, today I'm with Honey. Honey, how old are you?
I'm 22.
Honey, I approached you and I asked you if you're out here battling homelessness or any type of addiction, and you told me no. And I let you know that I approach people that are in high areas where there's lots of blues out here, right? A lot of homelessness and all that stuff. You're aware of that, and you're out here helping people. You said,
Yeah.
so you have a full-time job,
Yeah, I work at the airport in a restaurant, and I'm about to start working at the Mayo Clinic.
and on your off time, you come out of here with your backpack and you hand stuff out to people, or how does that work?
Yeah, usually I'll go to Savers and I'll just get a whole bunch of coats or socks, gloves, pretty much whatever people really need to stay warm at night. And I'll bring like either notebooks so people can write and pretty much things and necessities everybody needs.
And why do you do that for?
Because nobody should ever have to go and freeze at nighttime. That's probably like the worst time of ever. It's usually like 46 degrees sometimes, and I know what it's like to be walking around and it's like freezing. So I wouldn't want nobody else to feel like that.
How do you stay away from blues yourself?
I smoke a lot of weed. I don't have my medical card, but since it's recreational now, I go to the dispensary a lot and pretty much buy a lot of weed.
So that keeps you busy and happy, satisfies your
Very
needs
occupied.
for whatever, right?
Yeah.
I wonder why some of these folks out here just don't stick to weed, right? Why do you think they are they curious to try these pills, or what do you think?
I feel some people don't really care about what they can do in life. People can always, achieve goals. They can get a job. They can, go to classes like outpatient classes, so they can start to progress into stop doing pills. It's not hard. People are just lazy, honestly.
Have you had any type of addiction in your family? Have you seen that up close?
Yeah, my older sister. She was doing H, blues, G, pretty much whatever she could get her hands on.
How's she doing now?
She's sober.
Wow, congratulations to your sister. How long did it take her to get sober?
I want to say 5-6 years.
And one day she just decided to get clean, or how did that go?
My parents adopted my nieces and nephew, which are her kids, and so, and my mom and dad said in order to, be around and be at home, you gotta go get clean. So her mom took her to California and dropped her off at a treatment plant.
And that was enough for her?
Yeah, because if she's not in the same state, she can't do nothing about it.
Right. So along with the homelessness in this area and, lots of using blues, what else do you see when you're out here walking around helping people out?
Hygiene is like the major need of people nowadays. Water, they can't go nowhere to shower, so they try to hide and wash up as much as they can with barely anything. I see people out here with socks washing their bodies and not all the general necessities that they need. So usually when I go to Savers, there's a section where you get towels and wash rags and stuff. So I pretty much go and buy a bundle of them, or I go to the dollar store and get the big old packs of wash rags, and I got those, and I have little bars of soap that are folded up in it and tied up, and I go pass them out with two large bottles of water, so they can do whatever they want with it. I just rather they try to show themselves as much as possible in a better form of hygiene. Like I notice people out here who have like tons and tons of dirt on their skin, and when they wash it off, I can see their actual skin tone. Like, I never knew that person was white, you know, because people don't care about, you know, themselves enough to do anything like that.
I know exactly what you mean. I've seen that where people haven't showered for months, you know, and you can tell, you can just see the layers of, you know, just not taking care of themselves because psychosis, just some mental health issues, or they're just deep in the addiction that nothing matters in this world except for the
drug
next high.
itself.
Exactly. And so I believe that if people look good, felt good, they might, you know, it'll help them have some dignity about themselves and make them feel human again.
Exactly.
Instead of, right, an animal or trash, the way some people treat them, right? What would you say to the people that would comment that you're enabling people?
If I'm enabling people, I wouldn't call it enabling people. I'd call it helping, because at the end of the day, I'm not giving them money to do drugs. At the end of the day, what are they gonna do? Trade bottles of water for pills or something, or clothes for pills? I doubt it. Because look, as long as you are telling them, no, I can't give you money, no, I will not give you money, you're not enabling anybody. Here's food, here's clothes, here's essentials that you need to make you feel better enough to go and do something else, you know? I can't, I don't like when people are out there flying signs and people are passing out money and stuff like that. Instead of passing out money, pass out clothes, water, food, you know? Don't enable, give something else. It's always better to do that than give cash, because you know at the end of the day they're gonna go do something else with it.
What do you think what does the future look like for our community here in Phoenix, for these people that are out here suffering from this addiction? What's going to happen?
I heard there's a bill just got signed to clean up the streets of Phoenix. You know, I don't know if it's a rumor or not, but someone had told me that they're gonna start doing excuse me, if you cannot prove that you have resident or at least a shelter that you are staying at, you will either get picked up and took to a shelter, or you go straight to jail, because they're not gonna continue to allow people to sit in front of establishments and, you know, camp in front of stores. And so,
how do you feel about that bill?
I mean, it's kind of a lot, you know. I wouldn't want anybody else to go to jail because they're trying to, you know, either sit down and relax because they're tired of walking around all day, or, you know, if they're not doing anything wrong, as in, like, if they're smoking in front of the store, of course you have every right to, you know, tell them to get away or get from the store. But if they're just actually sitting down, not asking anybody for money or anything like that, I don't see nothing wrong with it, as long as they clean up after themselves. Because last night, there was a business right here, and I was just sitting here talking with a couple people, and, you know, they said that we were okay to sit right there as long as we cleaned up after ourselves, and that if they weren't smoking or anything like that. So as long as the owner of the establishment is okay with it, then there shouldn't nothing be wrong with it.
So, honey, I'm gonna say thank you very much for talking to me. I'm gonna hand you a box of Narcan. You're very familiar with this box, right?
Yeah.
Narcan, you asked me if it's nasal, and I see it has 2 nasal.
I've worked with the nasal and the liquid injection.
Syringe, injection, basically, right? What do you mean you've worked with it?
I went to CPR classes, and this is one of the things that they teach you within CPR classes nowadays. They never used to actually do that, but Now with all the blues going around, they have to, because you never know that some of it could be overdosing, and you have to perform CPR and also give Narcan to bring them out of the overdose itself.
Right, exactly. Well, I'm glad you're familiar with it. It's unfortunate that we have to be familiar with it, right?
Yeah.
It's sad, but that's the world we live in today. Um, I'm gonna commend you on your work. Seems like you're compassionate and you have a heart for the people that are struggling out here. That's why you spend your free time out here. I don't know if it's before work or after work, but you're obviously spending time out here and just trying to help people, and I think that's commendable. It's not a lot of people out here. I only see churches out here, and I'll see a couple treatment centers that have, you know, vans and they'll drive around, but it's usually individuals, right? It's usually like groups like churches and whatnot, but it's rare for me to see like one person taking upon themselves to go around and
Yeah.
pass out, you know, whatever you can, right? Whether it's hygiene or clothing or water. I think that's really, really sweet and nice of you. Okay, so when I approach you, you're a little hesitant, right? You kind of rolled your eyes, and I get that a lot, right? Because people think, you know, I'm soliciting or gonna say something inappropriate. But you gave me time to explain kind of what I'm doing to the purpose of this channel, prevention through awareness. So by somebody like you, so young, right, taking upon yourself to be aware of what's going on around here, right? Get trained in CPR, get trained in administering Narcan. Again, that says a lot about your character. Your family should be really proud of you. Congratulations to your sister for her defeating the addiction. And please stay safe out here, and we'll talk soon, okay?
Thank you.